Good morning, Joslyn fans. We are outside today because it is a gorgeous, bright blue, sunny day. We are going to take a quick walk this morning because it is super important to, even though we're all kind of in lockdown, to still get out and be active and move those legs, do your stretches. Remember, if you're walking, don't walk with neighbors, and if you do have somebody that's walking with you, make sure you keep an appropriate distance between you and them because we still want you to be safe while you're getting exercise. But thankfully the Joslyn staff is here today to help us do our walk. So I'm going to flip you guys around so you can see everybody, and off they go. Good morning, guys. We've got our executive director Jack, Diane is here, Judy's here, Bob is here, and we are all getting our workout in this morning. So when you guys are walking, make sure you've got your head up, shoulders back, that you are picking your feet all the way up off the ground so you're not shuffling or dragging your toes, because that's going to cause you to trip and we don't want that. You can bring those knees up nice and high. If you want to add a little extra cardio, get your arms swinging. That always feels really good. And take nice deep breaths and just enjoy what lovely spring it's turning out to be. So I'm going to bring you back around so we can see how our Joslyn friends are doing. Coming around the back here, notice everybody is keeping a very appropriate distance from each other because we do not want anybody too close. We're all working very hard here at the office to stay in our own offices as much as possible so that we are not spending too much time with each other. At lunch, we're all sitting at different tables, which can feel very strange, but is important to protect each other because we and our coworkers are very valuable to us and very important. So, all right, now we are going to head back inside. We're going to talk a little bit about resources and what the Joslyn is doing, what the community is doing. Hi, Judy, thanks so much. All right, so I'm going to come set you guys down so you can see. And we're going to say hi to Jack. Hi, Jack.
Hi, Rebecca. Hello, everybody out there.
Give me 1 second while I get you set up.
So while Rebecca's setting up, hope you enjoyed our walk, and that's one of the things you can do to keep yourselves healthy and active as long as you stay that 6 feet apart from anyone that you might be walking with. So today we are going to be doing some ways that you can find out information on your own through various websites and to find out things that you need to know on your own. So that's one of the things we want to make sure you have. Before we do that, unfortunately, in times like these, there are people out there that find a way to make money or conduct scams. And one of the most recent ones we've heard about is individuals appearing at your door in a white lab coat with a sign or a name tag that looks like they're from public health and saying they're coming to your house and they need to talk to you because they're doing contact tracing because you might have been exposed to the coronavirus. So I got off the phone a little bit this morning, a few minutes ago this morning, with the Riverside County Department of Public Health. And they told me that if they do contact tracing, they do not wear white lab coats, that those are for the lab. So the scammers are using the white lab coats to try to give themselves credibility. It's really not credible if someone comes to your door in a white lab coat, because what they try to do is gain entrance into your home and then rob you. If you have any questions about someone who comes to your home who is identifying themselves to be from Riverside Public Health, take down this number. It is 951-358-5000. Again, that's 951-358-5000. And there are a lot of options when you dial that number for different departments. Just dial 0 and you'll get right to an operator to ask them if the people at your door who are claiming to be from public health are legitimate. So we really want you to watch out for that. There are a few other scams going around. If you get a robocall or a phone call from someone saying they have coronavirus kits that you can use for testing at home and want your Medicare information or your Social Security number, that's a scam. That's not happening. If you have any questions about testing or whether you should be tested, call your doctor's office directly. If someone calls claiming they're from your doctor's office, you know their number, call your doctor's office directly in order to confirm that. There are a few others going around, so excuse my glasses. You might receive an email offering free in-home coronavirus testing kits. What they're going to be asking for is credit card information or Medicare card information or Social Security information so they can scan you and take advantage of you. Be very careful of these types of phone calls. You know your doctor, you know information that you can call to find out about whether you need testing or not. So please protect yourself from these scams. And again, if someone wearing a white lab coat appears at your door, don't let them in until you've confirmed. And Riverside Department of Public Health says lab coats are for in the lab, so they're not going to come to your door in a white lab coat. The scammers use that because they think it'll have you think that they're legitimate, so they're not. So we're going to go forward with this day about finding out information, and Rebecca is going to be walking us through this. So here comes Rebecca.
Thank you, Jack. So this is episode 5 of the Joslyn Variety Show. We are not having a terribly exciting episode today. It's really important information. It's not as engaging as our rock painting from earlier this week. Thank you to Judy and Veronica. But we are going to be going over Coachella Valley resources that are incredibly important, especially if you are in need of help or you're struggling to find the help that you need. We have compiled a list and talked to some different agencies and brought them all together in one place. We're going to go through a slideshow really quick that talks about some of these resources, but I will be posting these on our Joslyn Center Facebook page later, so if you don't have time to write everything down as we go through them, don't worry, we'll have them all posted shortly. But let's go ahead and talk about a couple of them. Judy, let's do the next slide. So the very important information is how to recognize whether or not you might have COVID-19. So the most common symptoms are shortness of breath, coughing and fever, difficulty breathing. If you think that you have those symptoms, I'm going to show you in a minute a hotline, a number to call. But if you have a more advanced version of those symptoms, if you have chest pain or blue lips, and you're struggling that much to breathe and not getting that much oxygen, then call 911, let them know what's going on, that you think that these are symptoms related to COVID-19, and they'll send a fully prepared ambulance for you. But go ahead and go to the next one, Judy. In the meantime, this is the coronavirus hotline. It's staffed through Eisenhower Health. They have done an excellent job preparing to get information out to the public. So if you think that you're going through symptoms related to this, please give them a call and they'll give you the next steps. And there is also a drive-up clinic available. So if you want to get tested because you think you have the symptoms, you have to call to make an appointment first, but you don't have to leave your car. Once you get to the clinic, it's at Southwest Church on Washington Street. You just pull up, you stay in your car, they come to you, they're going to do a nasal swab. It's not a very fun swab, but it's better than drawing blood, I guess. They'll do a swab for you, they'll send it off to the lab for testing, and then you'll get your results. But you don't have to leave the safety of your car. That way the risk of infecting others is much lower. So this is really especially important for you guys, our Joslyn members, our stores with senior hours. So thankfully, the majority of the stores in our valley have really stepped up and done a great job of making sure they're available to seniors for that first hour that they're open, when the store is cleanest and best stocked and their staff is best available. There's actually 2 of these slides, Judy, if you want to go through them. There's a ton of different stores here, and I'll post these again so that you guys can look through the ones that are closest to you or the ones that you like best. There's also a couple of stores that are offering home delivery. I know that those do tend to be really backed up. They have had a ton of requests for delivery. So if you're struggling to get groceries delivered and you can't leave the house, give me a call because we have some volunteers standing by and they can help you out. Next one. So for general information, and this line, the 211 number, is always available, not just during this pandemic, but if you need any general information about the county, what's going on, what resources, what information is available, 211 is a non-emergency alternative to 911, and they have great operators that can help you out. In addition, the Riverside County Sheriff's Department, their offices are currently closed, so you can't go in, but you can submit a report online if you need to report a crime, or you can call their dispatch number and have a deputy come to you, and they're happy to help. If you do happen to need to speak to a deputy one-on-one at their offices, then there's a red phone outside the door. If you pick up the phone, it'll connect you to dispatch, and they'll send an officer out to meet you outside. Go ahead, Judy. Utilities assistance. So I know that this is really important right now, especially because a lot of us are facing some income-related struggles. So the gas department and Southern California Edison have both agreed to suspend their disconnection programs for now. So if you aren't able to pay your bills, don't worry, they're not going to disconnect you. Their offices are also not open, but there's several ways to pay. For the gas company, you can pay online, they have deposit boxes, you can send a check. And then Edison is offering bill pay assistance. So if you know that your bill is just going to be too much to handle, give them a call. They have some options and they can walk you through those. We have some fantastic agencies here in the desert that are really helping people who are struggling. One of those is United Way of the Desert. They'll also provide water and power bill assistance. Our very, very good friends over at JFS of the Desert, especially Julie Hirsch, they can provide, again, they'll do financial assistance, they have case management available, and they have a brand new wonderful telecare program. So if you would like to speak to a counselor or a therapist, you don't want to leave the house, this is a really perfect way. You can call that number and they'll connect you to a doctor over the phone. Catholic Charities can help with any citizen or immigration challenges that you're facing. Riverside Legal Aid can be of assistance if you are facing any kind of eviction or guardianship issues, debt issues, anything like that, they're there for you. And then the Home Connect resource line is really great if you find yourself on the verge of homelessness or homeless or concerned about becoming homeless. They have really good connections that can help you either stay in your home or find the best place for you. And of course, here at the Joslyn Center, we are still operating our essential services. And I think that we talked about this earlier in the week, but I'll remind you guys, we still have our Meals on Wheels program and our Penny's Pantry. So we don't have Penny's Pantry today, but it will be available next Friday. It's always the first and third Friday of the month. And then we have our counseling appointments available through the Wellness Center. And that is with our Problem Solving Strategies program. They can call you, so you can do it over the phone. You don't have to come in here to the offices. We have really, really great staff available for that. And then, very important, if you need more information or you're looking for information, there are some awesome web resources out there, and we're going to talk about those next. But first, one last one. We want to remind you guys that the Joslyn staff is here for you. We have volunteers that are here for you. We have business partners that are here for you. You don't have to struggle alone. We want to be here. We want to help. So please, you can give us a call anytime. It's 760-340-3220, and we will do anything we can to help. We are moving mountains lately, so we'll do it for you too. And then, Judy, let's switch over to some of our websites. I'll walk you guys through a couple of websites that we as a staff use and rely on a lot, and that we want to refer you to as well. The first one being CV HIP. This is a great resource even when we're not in a pandemic. They have information, anything community related. If you're looking for a food pantry, if you're looking for housing assistance, all you have to do is type in what you're looking for and then type your zip code and they'll find anything closest to you. And then if you scroll down just a tiny bit, they have very specific coronavirus links as well. So they have updated current information. A lot of county resources are available if you click that link. But I won't make you guys sit through that, but you're welcome to do it on your own. If you want to go to the next tab, we're going to talk about Desert Oasis Healthcare. they have a really great resources available as well. And it's right there on the header, their very front page. They have how to spot senior abuse, how to keep the most vulnerable in the population safe. They have community resources link is available as well. So if you go to My DOHC and you click through those links, you'll find a lot of really important information. And then the next one is our friends over at the Rancho Mirage Chamber of Commerce. They are looking out especially for the business owners and those who are looking for employment or have had their employment affected by the pandemic. They have great resources under their help tab, or sorry, the Chamber News tab. And then that second option right there, if you go down a little bit, Judy, oh, right there, up a little bit, the Coachella Valley Strong, if you click on that, they have a ton of great resources for small businesses, larger businesses, those seeking employment, those needing employment. Thank you to the Chamber for that. And then that next one is our friends over at Find Food Bank. They are the ones that supply our Penny's Pantry on the first and third Friday, and they have a great search tool on their website. If you scroll down just a tad, a little bit more, right there, you can, where it says click to find site locations, if you click on that, it's going to tell you all of the food pantries in your area, what days they operate, what times they operate. That way you'll be able to find what's closest to you, and if you're struggling with groceries or getting to the grocery store or affording groceries, Find Food Bank is doing an amazing job in our community of keeping Coachella Valley residents fed. So we appreciate them for that. If you go to the next tab, that'll show you what that looks like. So just down from there, these are all the food pantries for Palm Desert, and you'll notice that the Joslyn Center is right there. That is our Penny's Pantry for first and third Friday. So thank you so much, everybody. I know that it's a tough time, but we appreciate you tuning in to watch us this week. We're going to keep doing these again next week, and if there's anything that you need, we are out of the office Saturday and Sunday, but you can always shoot me an email. It's RebeccaR@joslyncenter.org. That's REBECCAR@JOSLYNCENTER.org. And if you leave us a message on our phones over the weekends, then we'll be sure to get back to you first thing on Monday morning. You guys stay safe, be careful out there, be smart, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you in just a couple of days.